And with me on the phone from Berlin is Boaz Arad, who, while he was in Asia correspondent for Israeli newspaper Yedioth Ahronoth, covered the tsunami extensively and even entered the forbidden zone around the nuclear reactor. Good evening, Boaz.
Good evening, Lucy.
So, Boaz, as someone who's followed this disaster from the beginning, what do these latest developments mean?
Well, basically, people, in order to understand what exactly this leak is, basically, the Fukushima Daiichi power plant is offline, of course. It is completely destroyed. And what the employees of TEPCO are trying to do there is basically contain the radioactive waters that are already there because of the tsunami, and basically filter out the radioactiveness. And for that, they're putting a lot of water tanks there and trying to pump out water from the reactors and then, circulate them through radiation filter systems. And this is where the leaks were found in this pipe system that is basically there to filter out the radiation. What this actually means is basically, well, first of all, TEPCO said a week ago that the levels were 18 times lower than what they said it is now. And this is basically in line with what TEPCO has always been saying. They always say something and then it turns out to be much, much worse.
Because, Boaz, actually, there has been criticism in the past few weeks that the Japanese authorities haven't handled the situation and the threat levels as well. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, these criticisms have been there since the start. I mean, on the same day that the tsunami hit, it was already clear to people in the Japanese government and in the Tokyo Electric Company that the reactors are in full meltdown and that there is a massive crisis on the way. But for the first, day or two or even three, they were trying to play it down. They set up an exclusion zone and evacuated many people. More than 150,000 people living in the vicinity of the reactors, but they kept trying to play it down and saying there was no meltdown. So they've been doing this from the beginning. There is not a lot of trust in the Japanese public for either what the government says about the nuclear disaster, or especially what the Tokyo Electric Company are saying.
Boaz Arad, thank you very much for this conversation with us.